Car features have constantly evolved ever since the release of the first motor car in 1885. From built-in phones to cassette players, cars have undergone remarkable transformations due to their features, becoming safer and more reliable. Today, we can even warm or cool our cars by just using a remote control, from flying cars to driver-side dog carriers. While certain features become commonplace due to their usefulness and widespread appeal, others fade into obscurity due to their bizarreness and unsuccessfulness. Here are 15 unusual car features that nobody wants now. Number 1. Front-mounted horse's head. With the rise of cars a century ago, the horse-drawn buggy began to fade from everyday use. However, not everyone immediately embraced this new mode of transportation. Some, predominantly rural farmers, were wary of the speeds cars could reach. In an attempt to ease fears and make cars more familiar, certain automakers offered a peculiar solution, attaching artificial horse heads to the fronts of their vehicles. One such creation, the horsey horseless carriage from Michigan in 1899, boasted this feature. Interestingly, the hollow horse head served a dual purpose, functioning as a storage space for extra fuel. However, this innovation proved hazardous in accidents, and like the buggy whip, it soon vanished from automotive history. Number 2. Nuclear fusion engines. Imagine a scene straight out of the Jetsons or Back to the Future movies. In the 1950s and 1960s, during the dawn of the nuclear age, automakers were excited about the prospect of nuclear fusion engines for cars. Ford Motor Company even boldly developed a nuclear-powered concept car in 1958, dubbed the Ford Nucleon. This scaled model showcased how a nuclear-powered vehicle might function and appear. Several other car manufacturers also toyed with equipping cars with nuclear engines, envisioning them powered by a nuclear reactor mounted in the vehicle's rear. Fortunately, the idea of nuclear-powered cars was deemed too risky and costly to pursue, leading to its abandonment. Nevertheless, today, you can still glimpse the Ford Nucleon at the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. Number 3. Side-mounted flamethrowers. Side-mounted flamethrowers on cars may seem like a peculiar addition, but they serve a specific purpose in regions like South Africa, where crime rates are high. These flamethrowers are designed as a deterrent against carjackers, offering drivers a means of defense in potentially dangerous situations. Additionally, they are utilized in other parts of Africa to ward off wildlife and enormous safari animals like rhinos. However, developing luxury cars equipped with flamethrowers, such as BMW's Blaster, raises ethical questions. While effective in specific scenarios, flamethrowers are widely condemned as barbaric and inhumane, leading to legal and moral concerns regarding their use in civilian vehicles. As such, this innovation is unlikely to gain traction worldwide. Number 4. Scent dispensers. Car makers attempted to combat the inevitable odors plaguing our vehicles with a novel solution: scent dispensers. Luxury brands like Mercedes-Benz and Infiniti integrated automated scent dispensers into select models like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class and the Infiniti Q45. The concept seemed promising, aiming to replace the fleeting allure of new car smell with a continuous stream of pleasant aromas. However, the reality fell short of expectations. Many individuals have allergies or sensitivities to perfumes and scents, mirroring hospital restrictions. As a result, the idea of scent dispensers in cars quickly lost appeal and ended up leaving a rather unpleasant odor in its wake. Number 5. A fifth wheel for parking. A solution to the perpetual frustration of parallel parking was sought after by automotive engineers, leading to the invention of a retractable fifth wheel that lowers from beneath a car's trunk. This innovation, pioneered by Cadillac in 1951, aimed to assist drivers in maneuvering their vehicles into tight parking spaces. However, despite its promising premise, the fifth wheel proved impractical in practice. Its deployment and retraction were cumbersome, prone to glitches, and ultimately deemed more trouble than it was worth. As a result, drivers continued to rely on traditional parking methods rather than adopting this complex and ineffective solution. Number 6. The hover car. The idea of the hover car captured people's imaginations in the mid-20th century, with many envisioning a future where cars would fly through the air instead of traveling on the ground. This vision was widely accepted in the 1960s and 1970s, with numerous futurists predicting the arrival of flying cars by 2000. However, the concept ultimately failed to take off despite experimentation by several automakers, such as the Curtiss-Wright air car, which came closest to realization. The noise generated by the aircraft engines proved to be deafening, and flying cars were found to consume excessive amounts of fuel. With the rise of electric cars and concerns about environmental impact, vehicles powered by aircraft engines were deemed impractical and unsustainable. It's a disappointing outcome. Number 7. Bench seats. Once a ubiquitous feature in many older vehicles, particularly those from the 1960s and earlier, boasted a continuous seating arrangement in the front cabin. Unlike the individual bucket seats prevalent in contemporary cars, bench seats stretch across the entire width of the car's interior, fostering a more communal seating ambience. Although accommodating up to 3 passengers in the front, the middle position often lacked the comfort of the outer seats. With the advancement of automotive design, bench seats gradually gave way to bucket seats, prized for their enhanced comfort, safety features, and ergonomic design. Today, bench seats evoke nostalgia and remain predominantly associated with classic and vintage automobiles. Number 8. Vent windows. Vent windows, also known as wing windows, were once prevalent in vehicles before the widespread integration of air conditioning systems. These small triangular windows were manually operated at the front of a car's side windows, allowing occupants to pivot them for airflow regulation. They served the purpose of channeling refreshing breezes into the vehicle for ventilation. However, with the advancement and efficiency of automotive air conditioning technology, the significance of vent windows dwindled. Consequently, they were gradually phased out in favor of sleeker door designs and enhanced aerodynamics, transitioning towards more modern vehicle configurations. Number 9. Ashtrays. Ashtrays and cigarette lighters were once ubiquitous fixtures in vehicles, mirroring the widespread smoking culture of the 20th century. However, as awareness of the health risks associated with smoking grew and societal attitudes shifted, these features began to lose their prominence. Additionally, many regions enacted laws prohibiting smoking in cars, particularly in the presence of children, further diminishing the need for in-car ashtrays. Consequently, modern vehicle designs have primarily phased out built-in ashtrays. Nevertheless, using USB adapters, the cigarette lighter socket has found a new purpose, primarily as a power source for charging electronic devices like smartphones and GPS units. Number 10. Record players. During the 1950s and 1960s, when vinyl records reigned supreme in the music industry, the idea of integrating record players into cars emerged. Luxury vehicle manufacturers saw an opportunity to provide an unparalleled in-car entertainment experience and began incorporating built-in record players. However, this innovation encountered practical challenges. The inherent instability of vehicles navigating bumpy roads and uneven terrain often caused the needle to skip, significantly disrupting the listening experience. As alternative music technologies such as cassette tapes and CDs gained popularity, the in-car record player swiftly fell into obsolescence, unable to keep up with evolving consumer preferences and technological advancements. Number 11. Landau bars. Initially inspired by the design of the Landau carriage, Landau bars were once trendy embellishments adorning the exteriors of luxury automobiles. These are crafted from chrome or other gleaming metals, and these bars were strategically placed on the rear sides of car roofs, imparting a convertible-like aesthetic even to non-convertible models. However, as consumer tastes evolved, the elaborate and non-functional nature of Landau bars fell out of favor, and they were deemed outdated and extraneous. Consequently, they have become a rarity on contemporary vehicles, serving now as evocative relics harkening back to the stylistic preferences of the mid-20th century. Number 12. Column shifter. The column shifter, also known as the column-mounted shifter or three-on-the-tree, was a standard fixture in older vehicles, predating the widespread use of center consoles. Positioned directly on the steering column, it allowed drivers to change gears without needing to reach the center of the car. This design gained popularity in North America from the 1930s to the 1980s. However, as automotive interiors evolved to prioritize comfort and usability, The column shifter was gradually supplanted by floor shifters, which were perceived as more intuitive and user-friendly. While some trucks and utility vehicles still retain this feature, it has become increasingly uncommon in modern passenger cars. Number 13. Luggage racks. Luggage racks, a prominent feature on many cars during the 1970s and 80s, offered a convenient external storage solution. Positioned on the back of vehicles, they allowed travelers to fasten bags and belongings outside the car securely. However, as car designs advanced and interior storage options became more efficient, the necessity for these external racks diminished. Additionally, worries about the safety of items left on exposed racks, susceptible to theft and weather damage, grew. Gradually, the preference for sleeker car designs, devoid of these bulky racks, further diminished their appeal and contributed to their decline in popularity. Number 14. Car phones. Car phones emerged as symbols of luxury and technological advancement in the 1980s and 1990s, seamlessly integrated into vehicles of that era. It enables drivers and passengers to make calls while moving, revolutionizing automobile communication. However, the relentless progress and widespread availability of mobile phones swiftly rendered built-in car phones obsolete. Present-day automotive trends lean towards incorporating Bluetooth technology, allowing drivers to connect their personal devices for hands-free communication effortlessly. Consequently, the once prestigious car phone has transitioned into a nostalgic artifact, serving as a reminder of a bygone era in automotive technology. Number 15. Hood ornaments. Once an integral part of automotive design, have gradually declined in popularity over time. Initially introduced as ornamental mascots, they swiftly evolved into symbols of luxury and prestige, distinguishing vehicles with their elegant presence. However, concerns regarding pedestrian safety emerged, as these protruding adornments posed potential hazards during collisions. Consequently, numerous automakers phased them out or shifted towards retractable designs. Despite their diminishing prevalence, hood ornaments persist as iconic relics, evoking a sense of nostalgia and encapsulating an era of artistic automotive craftsmanship. If you enjoyed this video, do like this video and subscribe to my channel, Nostalgic USA, for more videos like these.